Hello, welcome to Wise Words. I am Sushant, and with me I have Kedar today. Wise Words basically is a consultancy for academic, professional, and content development. And we, myself and Kedar, are part of something called as Wise Words ACE, approaching competitive exams, where we basically think, talk, discuss, and orient people regarding how to develop potential skills and competencies to face various competitive exams in a successful way. Today we are going to talk about something which bugs or which is a reason for worry for many of the civil service aspirants. This is going to be a very short kind of podcast where Kedar and I would be talking about current affairs, how
Yeah.
to approach them, what kind of temperament one should have, and how do you prepare for whole of the gamut of current affairs that one has to study for civil service examinations. I would now ask Kedar a few questions and he would bounce some questions back, and we'll try to keep this interactive. Okay? Yeah. Welcome, Kedar.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. And
Hi.
thank you,
Yeah.
Sushant.
Hello. Yeah. So, my very first question to you, let's jump right into it. That one very important source for current affairs is newspapers.
Right.
And famous, infamous The Hindu has been a center for worry and a center for learning for many people.
Yeah.
So, how does a fresher start reading newspapers for that matter? And what are the areas one has to focus while he or she is reading from a newspaper?
Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Sushant. And you have asked a very pertinent question because even for any fresher who is preparing for competitive exam, one major question which bugs any aspirant is how to read a paper, right?
Yeah,
And then obviously we'll touch upon few aspects like which papers to read. And as you rightly said, that the Hindu is the Bible, Quran, Gita of civil servant aspirants,
true,
because
true.
it has been for all these decades a paper which has been able to cater to most of the news, right? Which from which UPSC has been setting questions for various examinations, and more so for civil services, prelims and mains, for which we'll be discussing this angle today.
Yeah,
So the very first thing which any fresher needs to keep in mind is the syllabus, right? Before starting reading the newspapers, any aspirant should first read the entire syllabus of the prelims and mains of a
true,
whichever
very true.
competitive exam he or she is preparing. Once you get the roadmap of the syllabus, then you are able to link the topics in your syllabus with the newspaper current affairs news very pertinently.
Yeah,
So I think that is the first step to before starting to read a newspaper. Once you know the syllabus, then you should understand that there are some aspects like the editorial, the opinion page, the economic page, right?
yeah,
Sometimes some sports news are also there, and a few days in a week you have some special supplements on education and science and technology in the Hindu newspaper.
true, true.
Along with that, one more newspaper which is very popular and should be read is the Indian Express. And
Yeah, yeah.
from the Indian Express, yeah, you also have the explained page, and also you have the editorial part, which is very nice. So I think these two are the newspapers, and these two are the core sections within those newspapers which need to be focused upon.
I think Explained has been proving a very important source for people to study various concepts that have been coming up, and they have been very good at it. So
Absolutely, yeah,
really think that Explained should be covered. Whoever
correct,
studies Hindu also should at least read the explained part of the Indian Express.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
absolutely.
I would have a follow-up question on this, Kedar, that
Mhm.
if we are to read newspapers as the only source, because people, we would be talking about it, and I would shed some light on other sources
Yeah.
also. But
Uh-huh.
if someone is just doing newspapers, how should
Mhm.
one analyze a news or analyze newspapers in that way?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very important question, and the second stage which comes, right? So once you read any news article, the
Yeah,
next stage is obviously to analyze that. And it's like having a bit of research, but not too much in deep, right? And whenever you want to analyze any news, you should always remember the five W's and one H question. That is who,
okay,
when, what, where, and the know-how of the topic. And I would always suggest that for any fresher, it's difficult to understand the topic at the very first instance.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is why it is important to Google the history of that topic,
Yeah.
to go onto the internet, search some history about that topic, understand the core concepts which are used in that, try to relate it with the syllabus, and then you try to have an application of that news in the current context. Because
True.
without understanding the past of the news, it is difficult to know the current uh, phenomena or traits of that news. So I
True.
think these WH questions are most important to analyze any news.
So they would prove as a guideline for anyone who wants to analyze any kind of news.
Absolutely, yeah. For an
Yeah.
example, I mean, we can take the just yesterday's release of 750 megawatt solar power plant in Rewa, Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Reva.
So
Yeah.
the headline was that Prime Minister Modi ji launches Asia's biggest solar park. But if you carefully look at some of the newspapers, they have also given some details about that project. That the project is supported by World Bank, the
Hmm.
funding which they have provided, right? How much
Hmm.
energy it is going to save, the carbon footprints they are going to save, right? So though the topic is environmental in nature, it has some economical bearing as well, right? Along
True.
with the environmental angle. So
Yeah.
one should start to keenly develop this 360-degree angle, that is environment, be it economic or any other angle which is related to that news. And also the Paris Agreement, which is the most important, phenomena or the agreement which is going to save the world from global warming and climate change. So these are the interlinkages which come slowly and steadily as you go forward. So that is
So
how
one,
you analyze that.
so one has to create links between various news. So you can't just focus on the present news. You have to go back and try to link it to other aspects
Absolutely.
of the same issue. Okay,
Correct,
Kedar. Thank
correct.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But one more, I think, question which is related to this, and I think Sushant, you can touch upon this is,
Yeah.
does an aspirant take down notes, or does he or she just make the use of the ready-made daily, weekly, monthly material which is available online these days on so many different websites
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
various news apps? So how does one
Okay.
go about making notes?
Uh, Regarding that, I would try to have this is not like one size fits all kind of approach. One should first understand
True.
that, and there is nothing sacramental about it. People
Hmm.
say, "No, you have to go and get in daily notes for those newspapers," which was a previous trend. I won't disagree to that, but I would try and tell people and make them understand it has to be customized according to your needs. So
Hmm.
everyone understands you and I are working professionals. We do teach people, we are
Correct.
educators, but we then have very less amount of time with us to cover all these news. So what we would do is take a weekly course or take a maybe a
Yeah.
monthly look at various news,
Hmm.
analyze them. Yeah, daily reading of newspaper, I insist always.
Yeah.
Everyone who is into
True.
this process of preparing for any kind of civil service exam, may it be UPSC or MPSC or any other state service PCS exam,
Yeah.
should read the paper carefully and thoroughly for like 1.5 hour or 1 hour daily. But
True.
when it comes down to preparing notes, I
Hmm.
would suggest the novice, the very new people who are joining this process,
Hmm.
should go for daily analysis and they should take down daily notes because it
Hmm.
connects to your point that how to correlate. Correlation
Yeah.
is a very, very important concept when it comes to mains also.
Absolutely.
When you're writing your mains answers, you
Yeah.
have to correlate various concepts and various phenomena throughout. So if you
Hmm.
talk about solar power, one should also know about International Solar Alliance that has been a very important body post the Paris Climate Change Treaty.
Correct.
For
Yeah.
that, you have to go back and prepare an elaborate set of notes which
Hmm.
cover daily news plus issue-based news, which I would be touching upon. But
Yeah.
let's focus.
So I think, yeah,
And
that's a follow-up
yeah,
question.
yeah, follow-up question.
That
So
how to differentiate between the news
huh,
angle and the issues.
I would complete this. And
Yeah.
regarding a daily, a weekly or a monthly affair, what we can do is we can just have highlighted news, or we can use
Hmm.
various apps or various stuff, which I would like you to also speak about.
Hmm.
But we can take a stock of news and then compare those news on weekly basis, especially for working professionals. So
Correct.
weekly
Yeah.
review or a monthly review of various chronicle or various magazines or e-publications that are there, that
Hmm.
can be taken. but one should be consistent in her or his effort. So if you're doing it daily, do it daily. If you're doing it weekly, do it weekly. And if you're
True.
doing it monthly, do it monthly. But according to
Absolutely.
the time space that you have, one should
Mhm.
dedicate a dedicated amount of time. One should allot a dedicated time for this process. But again,
True.
I would repeat my point, for new people, especially this podcast is focused towards those kind of people. We should be focusing on daily news analysis with written down notes, and then compartmentalizing the news or issues that are there. Maybe you can compartmentalize them in sense of agriculture, ethics, geography, history. Then you can have a economy section, then you can have a science tech section, you can
Correct.
have a
Yeah.
governance section. So making physical notes or even digital notes for that matter should be a daily exercise. And
Correct.
then as you grow into that process, you become more mature, you can
Yeah.
go about expanding your horizons into current affairs. Yes, Kedar, you were asking something, a follow-up kind of question
Yeah.
regarding what.
So follow up to this is whenever a new reader or new aspirant, tries to read the newspaper,
Yeah,
a major question which always bogs the aspirant is how do we differentiate between the important news and the issues related to it?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and because the thing is that there are so many news in a day's paper, and
yeah.
we need to
True,
shortlist
true.
the most important ones. So, how does one go about that?
I would love to talk about the news and issues dichotomy that has been bugging you and me also since we have started preparing for this.
Yeah.
One has to understand this, Kedar. Basically, when I say news for
Mhm.
current affairs, or when anyone says news or current affairs news, they actually mean issues.
Yeah.
I'll give you a simple layout of what I'm trying to tell you here.
Mhm.
First of all, as you said, one should religiously follow the mains syllabus,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And mains syllabus is kind of a very elaborate structure of topics that are there. For instance,
Mhm.
when you talk about GS1, we have Indian heritage and history and culture and geography and various other phenomena. Paper 2 would
Mhm.
be talk about governance. Paper 3 would talk about economics and other aspects of disaster
Mhm.
management. I'm just trying to give a brief overview. And
Yeah.
paper 4 is ethics, integrity, and aptitude.
Correct.
And each paper and the syllabus that has been provided by the commission, or for that
Mhm.
matter any commission that gives out syllabus, is in a
Mhm.
very detailed manner. So
Mhm.
those of us who crib about कि नहीं, हमको समझ में नहीं आता, न्यूज कहीं से भी आती है, क्वेश्चंस कहीं से भी आते हैं,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that is not the nature, but everyone understands that there is a detailed roadmap of what issues you are to cover.
Yeah.
And if anyone reads that syllabus religiously, thoroughly, rather I would say by heart it,
Mhm.
read it daily at least.
Yeah.
What happens is whenever you are reading a certain news, for
Mhm.
instance, a few days back there was this news about releasing the vaccine in US to the Hispanic and African Americans, and it was a news with which kind of went into GS4 domain, ethics and
Mhm.
integrity, where how to treat people or what are the various cross-cultural groups which would be impacted by that method of disposing the vaccine if it comes into it. COVID is a very important thing happening these days.
Mhm.
So if I have read about this in the syllabus
Mhm.
regarding the utilitarian principle and other principles
Yeah.
of ethics integrity, I immediately will recognize that news connected to that issue. What you
Yeah.
said about
Mhm.
REVA, the solar energy setup that has been put up
Mhm.
in REVA, or I would be talking about International Solar Alliance. If
Mhm.
a news tomorrow comes regarding that, that falls into renewable energy,
Mhm.
which is a point
Correct.
in our
Yeah.
syllabus. So one should it's like a red flag going in your head. But for that
Correct.
red flag to go, or for you to recognize that this news is of a certain issue, one should understand the
Mhm.
syllabus thoroughly. It should be, what you can say, in your blood. It should be
Mhm.
ingrained or imbibed into your system so that you would understand the news better. I think this helps in the news analysis area also, if you
Correct.
read the main syllabus thoroughly. Okay. One thing I wanted to ask you, Kedar, that is being a question put forth in me by various aspirants also. Many kids come up to me and ask me this,
Mhm.
and which kind of is a very, very important question, that what time frame or window should one cover before the prelims? Matlab, should it be 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 year? And how should that time span be looked into, and what kind
Yeah.
of techniques one
Mhm.
should use? Yeah, yeah.
I
What are
think
your
that's
thoughts?
that's a very important question, and that has been bugging many aspirants. Uh, for that question to be answered, one needs to look at the previous year's question. That
Okay.
gives a very good idea about how UPSC civil services, the prelims has been asking question on current affairs for all these years. So the average current affairs which definitely needs to be covered before your prelims is at least 1.5 to 2 years, the major topics.
Oh, yeah.
That is what UPSC is expecting from aspirants. Obviously, last 1 year frames the chunk of the current affairs, the most important part, but that doesn't mean that you should ignore the previous important current affairs, because so many current affairs are interlinked and they keep on
Yeah. True.
repeating time after.
We did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because let's say women's issue. I mean, that's a
Hmm.
timeless issue.
Yeah.
It has
Time.
been
Environment for that matter. Environment is a
environment.
time-based issue. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So some news will keep coming year after year, but maybe
True.
some updations will be there. For example, government schemes, right? Uh, Now, government schemes are always in a kind of continuation. Most of the schemes, though the names may change, but you need to keep in mind those government schemes and those initiatives. So I think
True.
2 years is the time frame which every aspirant should focus for.
Minimum, I would say 2 years should be
Yeah,
your window that you should be looking at.
correct. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. True.
yeah.
And if I can just follow up one more question,
Mhm.
apart from the sources that we have talked about, we have talked about The Hindu, we have talked about Indian Express. What
Correct.
other
Yeah.
sources can you elaborate upon? If you can just shed some light on that.
Yeah. So apart from Hindu and Indian Express, I think two paper are more than sufficient. But as a complementary, just because there are so many digital apps these days, one can refer one of the any business newspapers like Business Standard, Live Mint, Business Line, any one of them,
Financial Times. Yeah.
right? So that covers the economic angle, and some expert opinions are also there on administration and economics. Online
True.
references are increasing by leaps and bounds, and that is where in upcoming sessions we'll be discussing more about that,
Yeah.
that how to find the best source for you, right? Because there are so many references available these
There
days.
is deluge of information, which is also a
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, there's an
Yeah.
explosion of online material available,
Mm.
and that has created a kind of a huge confusion, right?
True.
So I think before going into the other available sources, few government sources are important, because what many people miss out on, unfortunately, in the quest for these ready-made notes, are the pure government sources which are available, like
Yeah.
PIB.
Yeah.
Then you have one more website like transformingindia.mygov.in, where all the government schemes are put into one beautiful infographic way. And then you also have Arthur.
Transforming India .mygov.in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
transformingindia.mygov.in. So it gives
Yeah.
all the schemes in a pictographical way.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and then you have Arthapedia and Vikaspedia. So these are the 3 to 4 important government websites which cover most of the administrative, economic, and government-related news.
More of the static part is also covered by India Yearbook, if I'm not wrong. India Yearbook also plays a very
Yeah,
important role. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
It gives you the basic information that you have been talking about, the fodder
correct.
material for your answers. Okay.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
But one question I think Sushant, you can touch upon this
Yeah. Yeah.
is the integral aspect of current affairs, because civil service has 3 stages: prelims, mains, and finally the interview.
True. True.
So, how does one keep the current affairs in mind for all these 3 stages, and how does one prepare for
First of all, it is a very crucial point that current affairs does form an integral aspect of every part. You can't just say ki I'll
that?
just
Yeah,
prepare current affairs for prelims and then I would totally skip it. But
very
rather,
true.
I think there is a progression of events. From
Mm-hmm.
prelims, there is a very huge chunk of current affairs that is there, but it is a of a very objective manner. There is no subjectiveness to it. And
Mm-hmm.
as you go ahead, the maturity and the complexity of understanding the current affairs differs. So as
Mm-hmm.
you go ahead, you have to understand current affairs in a deeper way in mains, and as
Mm-hmm.
well as
Yeah,
that, when you evolve into interview, you should have not only understanding but a self comprehension and analysis ready
correct.
to answer about issues. So I
Yeah,
feel a aspirant should go and dig deep into current affairs as he or she would go through prelims, mains, and interviews. So
correct.
that is a very that's a deal breaker. You have to study current affairs. There is no
Yeah.
म्हणजे ते
Mm-hmm.
you want to say in Marathi ki it is not ki गाजराची पुंगी वाजली तर वाजली नाही तर मोडून खाल्ली. You can't do that. You have to
Mm-hmm.
play that fiddle, Kedar. You have to sing that song. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think you have elaborated very nicely. Then, so prelims is one area where you focus more on facts. Means you go into deeper analysis. Right? That doesn't mean that prelims, the analytical part has to be ignored completely. But I think that
no. I'm just saying you go more deep. You
correct.
You transcend into more maturity when it comes to current
Absolutely.
affairs. Yeah.
Absolutely. True. And then it progresses. Right?
Yeah, it progresses.
Yeah.
It obviously progresses.
So so I think then we come to the very last question. Is the sources, right? And how do you cover current affairs in general? Of course, we have talked about these online and offline sources, but let's have a 360-degree overview of how do we cover the current affairs angle.
One thing can be, as I have actually talked about it, let's not elaborate upon all the facts because in a way
we'll be covering it more. Yeah, absolutely.
More actually. So I'm kind of holding myself back. But as I have told you, compartmentalizing current affairs, that is a very crucial trick to it. But in a one way or one liner, if I have to put it, chop down your current affairs into smaller parts. So if you are doing issue-based current affairs, so economics has to be segregated, science and tech has to be segregated, agriculture and all these things has to be segregated, diplomacy, governance, international relations, to try to have a micro view and then build a macro picture about it. That would really help. That is one approach you can take from this talk of ours. You have to study them in a micro sense and then build a macro picture of it, which will really help you through prelims and mains and interview also, obviously. That is what I think.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good way to, I think, cover the current aspects. Where you start from micro and then you cover the macro level, so that you cover all the dimensions. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sushant, for this inputs.
Pleasure.
So I think viewers, we come to the end of our very first Wise Words ACE session on current affairs. We are definitely going to come up with more such sessions, exciting sessions with experts, with some success stories, and we'll be covering different examinations, competitive examinations as well, to help you better crack all these major competitive exams which we have. So stay tuned to Wise Words, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Instagram, Facebook page, and also our Telegram channel, which is given in the description below. So all the best, stay safe, and see you very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Kedar. Yeah.